Hey guys, my name's Tom Shiflett. I am founder and lead programmer on Askaya for Llama Llama Games. Um, just wanted to give a really quick update on kind of where we are, what we're doing, things like that. Let me actually turn down volume on the rain. Okay, so this past week we worked on a bunch of different things. We did make one big announcement also that I want to lead off with, and that is that we have pushed back the release of Askaya by about 2.5 weeks. So now we're going to release into early access on June 17th instead of June 1st. I know, shocking that a video game got delayed. The good news is it's only about 2.5 weeks. We just felt like we needed the time to add a little more polish, add a little more balance, flesh out a few more of the features that we've been working on. Um, and I'm gonna switch me off here because y'all don't care about seeing me. Okay, so another thing we've been working on are conversations. And so, you have these guys scattered around the game world that have the little conversation bubble over their head. You can talk to them. And these conversations are there just to provide lore, to provide some fun and things like that. Tell you some of the backstory. They're not required by any stretch. They can be helpful if you kind of understand what's going on in the world and what some of the backstory is. Then it can make it a little easier um, to kind of deduce what's going on in some of the main stories. So when it generates the main story based off of the roll of the story dice, it interprets those dice in a bunch of different ways. And so let's say it rolls something with a crescent moon. Then if you have had those conversations with some of the NPCs, then you might remember that the crescent moon is the symbol of the cult of Maliasti, the spirit of shadow. And so you might be able to figure out, okay, there's something going on possibly with these cultists of Maliasti. Um, but we've been adding a lot more of those, again, for fun, for lore, not required in terms of playing the game. We've also added in a bunch more quest templates and kind of refined how the side quest templates work. So side quests essentially fall under a few main categories. There's fetch quests, which is go get a certain number of items of a certain type. Go pick 5 mushrooms from a cave, or pick up 6 scrolls from these ruins, or whatever. It can also be fetch quests can also be go kill these bandits and take their gold or whatever. Um, but you're coming back with a thing. There's also straight kill quests where it's go kill 5 bandits or go kill 5 giant spiders or whatever. And then there's interact quests, which this one right here is actually an interact quest. That is go interact with this. Oh no, actually that's not an interact. This is a fetch quest. I misread. I just saw Shrine of Sochi. But the interact quests are go interact with an item in the world to do something. And so that can be anything from burning down a tent to opening a prison door or whatever. Um, and so we've added a lot more of these templates, and essentially the templates kind of provide a general framework. This quest can happen in this general area, involve these types of NPCs or creatures, these types of items, things like that. And so again, our hope is to just continue to add more and more of the templates as we go, so that the side quests are more varied. The side quests are designed to be pretty straightforward. You're not going to have to solve a murder mystery on a side quest. You're going to go do something and you're going to come back and you're going to get rewarded. The the main quest is where the more deduction is involved, or kind of figuring out exploration, sometimes figuring out what's going on, where it's happening, and how to complete the quest. Um, we also added in stats, and so if I go to my character screen, um, show stats. It shows me how long I've played. It shows me the distance that I've traveled, all this different stuff, how many times I've swung my melee weapon or shot a bow or cast a spell. Um, it has some fun ones in here, like how many times I've turned into a giant or how many storms I've created, which are based on certain types of items. There's things that tie back to specific talents. Um, and so our hope is these are all on a per character basis. We're also kind of aggregating these as a in total. In our roadmap, we have planned to tie these in with Steam stats and Steam achievements. That will be sometime during the early access period. Um, but I don't know. Stats to me, stats are fun. Like to be able to see how many times I've swung my sword, or how many chests I've opened, or whatever. Um, we also have done a lot of game balancing work. The game is balanced very much like the first 5 levels are heavily in favor of the player. I'm not saying you can't die, but you would almost have to try in those first few levels. Once you get past that, once you get to level 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on what type of character, then it starts to ramp up a little bit. Dark Souls the Saint. This game is not designed to be Dark Souls. It's not designed to be punishing. It's designed to be fun. You are a hero. You are not a average Joe, and so um, it's going to be balanced accordingly. It is designed to be fun, quick. The Again, I think I've said this in past videos, but our goal is you jump in, you play the main quest, a couple of side quests, and you get out. And that takes 10 to 12 minutes. Now, there's plenty of stuff to do, to explore, to treasures to find out in the world. The map itself is about 4 square kilometers. Um, and by the way, that is a very temp map. And then, but it's portal dungeons to explore and just things to see, things to do. There's a lot of stuff out there to do. But if you just jump in, do the main quest and the side quest, then we don't want you to be spending a ton of time fighting and trying to heal yourself and all this stuff because it's difficult. We want you to spend a lot of time fighting and exploring and getting loot because that's what's fun. And so it's kind of our philosophy behind it. I love Elden Ring. I've been playing that recently. And there's game, I think there's room for both styles. This is probably closer to Zelda than it is to a Dark Souls type game. Um, what else have we been working on this week? We licensed a bunch of new sound and music, and so we're looking to see where we might have an upgrade over what we already have. We actually have the really wonderful problem of having more music, more great music than we could possibly use, and so that's really cool to be able to be really picky on that. We've added in a couple of new spell effects. We've added in some new enchant effects for weapons. We have added in several new portal dungeons. We have fixed a ton of bugs. Some of these bugs had been on our bug list for months and months and months. Just between Thursday and Saturday, we scratched off, I think, 62 or 63 bugs off of our list. And so we're really focusing on that. Doesn't mean we're bug free. We're not, but we're knocking off the big bugs again, so that we can really give you the best experience possible when we release to early access. Now, real quick, because this video is turning into something longer than what I really wanted it to, early access for us is a beginning. It's not an end. Like we're not releasing to early access just to get it out there. We're releasing to early access because we want the feedback of gamers. We want people to play the game and to tell us constructively, hopefully, um, hey, what about this? Why don't you do this? Wouldn't it be better if you do this? Now there'll be times that we agree and say absolutely. There'll be times when the voice of the collective community is telling us that we, even if we don't agree, that we're wrong, and we'll admit that. And then there will be other times that we will say, unfortunately, we can't do that, or we disagree strongly enough to the core of what our game is about that we're not going to do that. Hopefully we're all mature enough to have those conversations and keep them civil, but we want that feedback. That's why we're releasing to early access, because before we get this game finished, we want to hear from you. And in fact, we want to hear from you even before we release to early access. If you have questions about the game, whatever, like, let us know. Join our Discord channel. Jump on our Instagram or Twitter pages. Go to the discussions page on Steam. Comment on our YouTube videos. Whatever. Talk to us. Let us know what it is that you want to, what you want to know, what you want to see in the next video that we release. Whatever. We definitely want to hear from our community before and especially after release. So again, thank you for your time. We are so excited about getting Askaya into the hands of players and to get feedback, to hear what you guys think about it. And we're, in the meantime, we're continuing to work our tails off to fix bugs, to refine and flesh out content and how it's displayed to the player. So thank you so much.